Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome back to Let's Play Grounded. This is episode 9. Last time we delved into the red ant nest and stole a few of their eggs and kind of pissed them off. However, in the time since the previous episode, the ants have not attacked my base, even though it said that they wanted us gone, so I don't know if we sort of escaped justice. As you can see, the house is coming along nicely. I've got a palisade wall going up, which will hopefully keep the bugs out once it's done, but it takes a lot of weed stems to build this thing. I also built a roof, so now I can keep those damn fireflies out. I gotta get rid of these half pieces that I was using to level out the windows. But inside, you can see that we got all our stuff built, including a nice little nook up here for my bed. I think you get a buff for sleeping in a bed versus a lean-to, but I'm not sure. So, the stuff we set up last time, we have the grinder, which can turn plant fiber into plant slurry, and mushrooms into mushroom slurry, which you use for taming aphids and taming weevils, respectively. However, I've noticed they've also added the feature where you can grind up materials into plant fibers, which means I can just haul a bunch of grass planks up here and get myself a stack of 25 plant fibers, which makes that a lot easier for crafting, rope en masse. We have the spinning wheel, we have the cookery over here. So both the nachos and the mite loaf require jerky. So we're going to need to make a jerky rack outside. Probably more than one, honestly, because you can't put too many on one. But we also have the smoothie station. I made a whole bunch of smoothies. I went hunting and hunted down a lot of aphids and a lot of grubs in order to make all of these boost juice, because these are pretty good healing items. So we're going to take some of these with us on our adventures. Take 2 stacks. We'll also take some regular bandages from when they run out. But our first goal today is we're going to go over to the pond, like I said, because we need to get the basic materials for some diving gear, or at least the beginning of diving gear. Not the best stuff, but the stuff at the start, because we're going to need that in order to get into the Haze lab. As I told you last time, I wanted to get in there, and while we could just blow our way in through the front, that's kind of not the intended way. You're actually kind of, I think, meant to blow your way out. So we're going to take the other way in, the less explodey way. And I don't think we need our brat burst right now, because we're going to go to the water and then come back. So let's head over to the pond, which we haven't really dipped our toes in too much yet. I mean, oh god. The wolf spider is stuck. Nope. Nothing to see under here.
Taking a look.
It's an unfortunate place for him to get stuck. Because if he sees us, I'm pretty sure he will get unstuck. Okay, well, he's looking away, so we're gonna slink away while he's looking the other way. I think anytime they stick their arms up like that and look in your direction, it means they've detected you, but they don't actually know you're there specifically. That just tells you that you should get out of the way before they actually notice you. No, I can't get that drop. It'll just go right into the water. I can get this one over here, though. Never mind, it instantly disappeared. I guess maybe it still counted as part of the water where it landed. Stink bug there. So we're going to do our little pond dip, and then I think we're going to go over and use one of our brat bursts near our base by the shovel, because that'll actually get us access to a new area. And then I think maybe then we'll go into the Haze lab. We might not actually do the Haze lab in this episode, but we'll at least get into it, and then we can tackle it next time. However, I just remembered that another thing I wanted to do. So last time I said that if we wanted a better slashing weapon, we'd have to kill a wolf spider, because I couldn't think of another slashing weapon that's tier 2, But of course, I'm an idiot, and I forgot about the other weapon that I was using in some of the previous videos I did on this game. You know, before the actual release. There's a sword we could make, but we're gonna have to go over to the garbage pile, which we kind of looked at last time, and do some hunting. Alright, so now that we're here in the pond, we have this algae all over the place, which we can eat. You know, it's a readily available food source that's just everywhere and doesn't require cooking. The other thing we're gonna need requires lily pads. We gotta find a lily pad. Can I mark the koi? Is that one of the creatures I can scan? We got diving bell spiders, which are not too tough. They're not as tough as orb weavers, but we have more limited tools to fight them. The only weapons you can use underwater that you're able to use above water normally is the spears. Otherwise, you have to make the underwater weapons. Because, you know, you can't swing your non-aerodynamic weapons underwater. Thankfully, diving bell spiders are also not very quick underwater. We also have a water flea chasing us. Okay. The spider left off, but the water flea is still coming, and we don't have a weapon to fight him off. Man, where are all the lily pads? I thought there was a couple of them over here, but they seem to have... Oh, there they are. I was going to say they removed them. Okay, we need some of this Lilypad Wax. That's what I was looking for. That is one of the key materials we need to make the starter underwater gear. We'll grab a bunch of that, and then we're going to have to go and scan it. There's no way that water flea is ever catching me. Actually, I think we already have the recipes just from scanning other stuff and getting our brain power up. Let me check, but let's not check while I'm underwater. We got the bubble helmet, which requires eelgrass, sunken bones, and silk rope. Both of these are things we can't... Well, actually, I could technically get the sunken bones right now, because you can use your shovel underwater. But the eelgrass, we need a chopping tool that we don't have yet. Gill tube is one of the things we're going to need. That lets us hold our breath for longer. Basically, the gill tube is the tier 1 breathing gear, and then the bubble helmet is the tier 2, which lets you hold your breath for even longer. We can make the fin flops, which also require eelgrass strands and water boatman fins, but we need the tool. Yeah, the Pebblet Dagger, that's what we need. The Lilypad Wax, crude rope, and pebblets. So we could actually make that now. We don't have to go scan the Lilypad Wax right away. We just need to grab some material. We need 1 pebblet. And then we need 6 grass in order to make the rope. Wait, is it 2 or 3? 2, yeah. So we only need 6.
No water filtration tablets needed.
Alright. Rope. Oh, we need another pebble. Well, there should be plenty of them around here. I've never seen ladybugs over in this area. They really do just kind of roam everywhere. which makes them hard to find when you're actually looking for them, because they don't have like a set spawn area. I'm gonna need this aphid for later. Wow, he really booked it. Or that was a different one. Alright. Got our snack for later. What are you doing? I like that it just resets now if they get stuck. Because in early access, bugs would get stuck all the time, and they would just be unable to do anything about it. Alright, let's craft while we're drowning here. So the Pebblet Dagger is your general purpose tool when you're underwater. It's for fighting, it's for digging. Kind of gets you all the things you need down here. Except the bones. Those require a shovel. And I believe they actually require a better shovel than we have right now. Alright, now we need some eelgrass. Is this eelgrass? No. Eelgrass is the thin stuff. Grab a bunch of the stuff. I think we are going to need to scan it. Sorry, boatman. I need your fins. I like that you can see the air bubble they keep trapped under them as well. A lot of underwater insects are able to trap air. Like, for example, the diving bell spider is able to carry air kind of around its abdomen. And then they drag it down to their little nest that they fill up with air. Most insects do not have gills. Unless they are... I was going to say marine adapted, but I guess there really isn't a lot of marine adapted insects. At least not any that are coming to mind right now. There are a bunch of creatures that fill the kind of similar ecological niche to insects within a marine environment, but they're not actually insects. They're usually crustaceans or... polychaetes? I don't remember what family the big snappy worms are. The bristle worms and whatnot. I think it's a polychaete. Alright. I think that's all we need from our first marine adventure. But it's funny, I already compared this game to Subnautica because it's another story-driven survival game with a non-randomly generated map. You know, it's a handcrafted map. So having this underwater area kind of brings that comparison out even stronger. Dude, we just got a good look inside his head. It was very empty. Okay, I think we need 4 of these for something. For the fin flop. Okay. We got that, which means now we have to go and scan that stuff. Right? Yep, we got 3... Actually, we have 4 materials that need scanning, but I think we don't need to scan the algae right now. Pretty sure you don't use the algae for any crafting, it's just for eating and for making smoothies. So it would give us the smoothie recipe that uses it. But that's not that essential for right now. One of the other... Oh, this is not a good place for it. I was going to say, one of the other things I did is I scanned those crow feathers we had, and that gets us the recipe for the crow crossbow, which does not require wolf spider parts, unlike the insect bow. So I think we might just skip the insect bow and go for the crossbow. It's higher damage, but slower rate of fire, because you have to reload every shot. But I remember it being pretty good in the early access build. So I think we'll build that. We might even have all the stuff for it already. Because our sprig bow is pretty crap right now. And you can also use crow feathers to make the feather arrows, which are just stronger arrows. But you can still use the regular crappy arrows with the crossbow. You don't have to, like, make bolts specifically. I mean, obviously, arrows and bolts are not the same thing in real life, because bolts are shorter, and arrows are meant to kind of fly longer without using as much force. But for the convenience of video games that have both, I prefer not having to make two separate materials, or two separate, you know, ammo types that are more or less made with the same materials. Alright. Our cardio fan leveled up, which is good. I think we have that equipped right now. So, let's head over to the scanning station. Which I always kind of forget where it is. It's like around here. Stumble upon it. We need to find more of those research stations, though, because we need to expand our scan network. Also, I found out that you cannot actually scan for quartzite or marble. You could before, but I guess they want you to just find it now. Which is a shame, because, you know, I don't really know all of the quartzite spots. The other thing I did between episodes is actually spent a few milk molars, because I found some while I was, you know, harvesting materials. So I spent one to increase our max resource stack size to 15, but I'm already hoping that we find some of these pretty quickly so I can get up to 20. And then I also spent one on max health, which is a plus 30 boost. It's a pretty big boost for the first one. And then plus 20 max stamina. I want to spend one on healing as well, because I guess that makes bandages and stuff more efficient. But I'm saving it for the max active mutations, because having more mutation slots is pretty important. So I'll hold off on spending any until we find one more. And then I also bought the strong structure set, which is why I could make those palisade walls. Don't really know what else we need next. We have to turn in our Burgle chip that we got from the anthill before we can actually get the recipes off of it, so we have to go back and see Burgle directly. Can't just turn those in the terminal. He has to actually plug them into his brain. Alright, nothing for that. Buoyant marker, and I guess we can turn it into plant fiber with the grinder. Maybe we didn't need to scan these at all. I guess I already had all the recipes. Alright, well. The only thing we really need is the gill tube right now. And even that's not that essential, I think, for what I'm going to use it for. We might want a slime lantern, because that works underwater. And pretty much your only options for seeing in the dark underwater is that slime lantern, or to use the firefly helmet, but then you can't use a air item. So we just need 2 rope, which means we can head back to base now. Which is this way. And then from there, we can set out on our little expedition to find our way into the lab. Even though I keep forgetting that I wanted to do something else first to make it easier to fight the infected. Because right now, our slashing weapon is our worst weapon.
It's nature's lollipops.
This thing also does slashing, but it's not any stronger than our dagger. Come here, you little shit. You need aphids in order to make that green smoothie. So anytime I see aphids now, I'm just killing them for that. I have a bunch of the other 2 materials you need, the acorn bits and the mushrooms. Oh, but I don't have any grub goop left. I keep forgetting that you need grub goop as a base for your smoothies. There are other bases that make them more effective, but we don't have any of those yet. And we probably won't for a little bit, come to think of it. Alright, let's get these aphids cooking. So we'll make a slime mold torch. No, wait. I need a slime lantern, not a torch. God damn it. And a gill tube. Ugh, now we don't have enough wax. I don't really think we need the gill tube, because we're going to go for a short swim, I think. But, I guess it won't take long for us to find out. So, we'll deposit everything else. I guess I can't hot drop this if I haven't actually made it before. Okay, I think that's everything. Don't need this, actually, I can just delete it. We don't really need a slime mold torch. They last for such a short time. They're not even really worth holding on to.
Let there be light!
Alright. Oh, and the shovel. Right. Grab a brat burst. So we'll head over here, we'll do the shovel, and then we'll make our detour over to the trash zone. Because over there is materials we need to upgrade some of our gear. I also need water.
Nice and clean.
Come back. There we go. So if we go down here to the shovel, you can see that there is a cracked rock that is kind of propping it up. So if we take one of our brat bursts, and we kind of just drop it here, right in this gap.
Look out, look out, look out!
We can drop the shovel, which will now be resting on the picnic table, which is its own little
I
biome.
spy.
We're not going to go up there yet, but I just wanted to knock that down so we had it ready. Where we're going to go is over this way. Remember that pipe that I pointed out last time? That's where we want to go. If I can remember where it is. I think it's over here. There's 2 different pipes in this area, and one of them is not the one we want to go in. Oh wow, there's a bunch of weeds over here. That would be pretty handy for mass collecting them. I was pretty sure this was flooded. Oh, also between episodes, I fully upgraded it. Well, not fully, but as far as we can upgrade it right now, I upgraded all our armor to level 5, as well as the mosquito needle, and I also upgraded my tools a little bit. So that should make us feel a little tankier now, and also not have to repair our armor so often. Oh, here we go. Alright, let's grab this. Is there a scabby here? There's a green glow, which is usually how you can tell there's a scabby, but maybe it's under here. Oh, that's the... yeah. Alright. So this is where I wanted the diving stuff. But really, all we need is the knife. I think there is not enough tunnel for us to need a air supply. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is not the one I was thinking of. That's a key over there. A D&D key. So we don't need that right now, and we need a better underwater knife to make that, or to get that. We want to go to the other pipe. Is it this one? Shovel. Maybe it's like right here. Because we saw it when we were in the Haze. I really wish I had grabbed that food before running out here, because now we have to go back and get it. I do wish there was a hot wheel for tools that weren't on your actual hotbar, because it definitely feels like there's not enough slots for the number of different things you need to carry with you. Here's a little taste of the experience of me having to haul things back to the base, and why I do it off camera. Because we have to do this 5 at a time. Or 8 at a time. There's also a smoothie we can make that increases our carry capacity, and I think you can combine that with the ant armor to, like, bring it up to 11 or whatever. Haven't tested that out yet, though. So, I mean, typically I'm not going for weeds that are this far away. There are 2 that spawn very close to the base. Ow. Actually, that did very little damage. Their bite is definitely not as bad as their acid. And even the acid doesn't do that much damage unless you stand in it. Figured we might as well kill him since I kind of need that for the jerky racks. Put these on the pile for now.
Not bad.
Okay. Throw that in there. We don't have any boiling glands, so I gotta manually deposit it because I used the one we had on the grinder or whatever. So that was a mission fail, but I mean, there was 2 pipes, so it's either one or the other. Wait a couple of minutes for the night to end. I've also discovered a weird thing about the nearby storage. It doesn't take into account where the thing that you're using is, it actually takes into account where you're standing. So, if I want to get like all of my chests, I have to activate it from far away like this, and you can see now it's 9 instead of 7. That's why I moved these over here, because they were saying 0. So the range is not that far. You kind of have to keep stuff close, which is why I put a chest here just for food. What do we need for a jerky rack other than bombardier parts? Just rope. That's not too bad. Put one of these here. Probably gonna need like 2 or 3 of these. Eventually. And we'll put another one here. And then we're also gonna want a dew collector. That back here for getting water. It's not very expensive to make. should have a bunch of rope. Okay, so we can't put cooked stuff on here, but we can put raw aphids and raw meat on here to dry, and then they will become jerky, which makes you a little thirsty, but it doesn't go bad otherwise. Okay, I think we can sleep until morning now. So now we will go to the trash land. Eat one of our aphids, drink one of these. And on the way, we'll check that haze area, because we have to pass by it to get over to the trash biome. The trash pile is over there, behind the sandbox. Well, kind of wedged behind the sandbox and the porch. We are very close to the wolf spider. Does he take damage from the haze? Actually, this is right on the edge, so he wouldn't be. We're going to kill that wolf spider eventually, once we get our new slashing weapon. I don't know if we're going to get the materials here, but we're going to try. Alright, so that water is to my right. Yeah, right over there. There's another exposed pipe. And the infected gnats, which still don't attack you, even though they're infected. They just kind of fly into you. Oh, they make you drop your weapon. I forgot about that.
Mom? Dad? Are you in there?
Wait, why was he saying, Mom, Dad, are you in there in this pipe?
The power of biome, champion of the sun.
Let's take a quick little dip in here and try not to die. Got an air pocket. You've also got a water flea, but they're pretty weak. You can see, though, that this is very much a tool and not a weapon because you don't have a combo for it. You just kind of whack. Alright. As long as there's just water fleas in here, I don't think we have a problem. I say as I see 6 of them. We might need a better knife over here, too. Yeah, we need a level 2. Infected bugs are aware of your presence. I didn't even kill any right now. Oh, boy. This is gonna be death. I was gonna say this is gonna be tight, and then I saw the roots. Maybe we should have just gone with the bomb strategy. Alright, well, not too hard to get that stuff back. Unfortunately, I dropped my weapons, so all I have is this crappy knife. But yeah, I guess if we want to go that way, we are going to have to delve a little deeper into the pond to get the gear to make a better knife. Which means we'll need the gill tube in order to actually go deeper. Once you have that, it's not too difficult to kind of stay underwater because there are a bunch of little video game-ass bubbling things that you can suck up somehow. I mean, I guess it makes sense with the bubble helmet because it just traps the air under the helmet, but with the gill tube, I'm not sure how you suck that up. Alright. Not going to be easy to get our stuff back.
Don't even need to boil it.
It's kind of on the edge of how much air we have. I think I remember there being diving bell spiders in here before, though. Either that or there's another pipe. Nah, there might actually be another pipe over in the flooded zone that has diving bell spiders in it. Anyway, this pipe will lead you into the Haze lab. I mean, there's obviously fungus in here to let you know. But it's also a pain to get in there, which is why it's better to blow open the front door once you have the chance. But one thing at a time. We can't keep splitting our focus to 5 different tasks every episode. It's just, this is a game where you kind of feel like you want to do a little bit of everything at the same time. Because there's always one more little thing that would make the current thing you're doing easier to do. Alright. So, we want to continue along the edge of the sandbox here. I think you actually don't need the mask if you're right over here. You're like on the edge of the gas. But we'll keep it on until we get across, just in case. I mean, you know that you don't need it here because otherwise there would be a gas mask bar at the top of the screen to let you know you're in the gas zone.
And down here, you can barely even tell that the ants are following the same trails.
So, over here we have black worker ants, which are kind of the tier 2 ant. And those are the things we need to kill. They have parts that we need to make a variety of new gear. And this poor fella is all alone. Are they weak against stabbing? They have the same weaknesses of the... yeah. Stabbing and spicy. Where did he go? But you can see they are tougher than the red ants by quite a bit, considering this is a worker ant. They're going to be one of our kind of progression struggles that we have to kill. Once we kill enough of them, things will get a lot easier. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure we need to kill a soldier or two as well. But they have exactly the same attack patterns as the red ants, so it's actually not that hard to parry them if you've already got that timing down. And if we wanted to make it easier, I guess we could equip Ant Annihilator. The mutation that makes us do more damage to ants. Alright, I'm gonna need to eat again.
Just pretend it's beef jerky.
I'll use one of our boost juice, even though we don't need to heal, because that'll give us more stamina. Which I think we're gonna need here if we want to eliminate enough of these guys. Alright, so we go over here past the mini flooded zone, or the hoses. That hose seems really thin compared to Pete. And over to the trash pile. Now, we do actually want a gas mask over here, because there are patches of deadly stink gas. Oh yeah, is there a station over here? Might be detecting the one underground. Not sure. I can't remember if there's a research station. Where are all the ants at? We want to kind of pick on the isolated ones because I don't think we can take on a pack of black ants right now.
Black ant working away here.
Yeah, look at that stamina. We can just keep going. Alright. Re-equip our axe. So, the trash smell only emits from rotting food like this, and unlike the herbicide gas in the haze, this will actually damage your gas mask to be in. So once you destroy it, you get rid of the little cloud. They will eventually respawn, but it gives you a moment,
Ants moving with
or
purpose.
I guess a day or something of not having that in the way. Alright, this is actually going pretty well. Finding a lot of isolated ants. If we want to find the soldiers, though, we gotta find the nest. Because they don't really come out very far, for the most part. And this area is not easy for the ants to navigate. They get stuck a lot. Is this a... What is this?
I think I'm gonna be sick. Oh, those trash bags smell so bad.
Oh, it's a chip. I was like, why can't I break this? And why is it not poisoning me? Oh yeah, here's Trash Mountain. I think we're almost there. No, we're going the wrong way, actually. There's a quartzite here. One material that I'm going to need to do some grinding for is gnat fuzz for repairing our gas mask, because we don't have a lot of that. But there are a couple places where you can kill a lot of gnats with a bow. Pretty much all around the water areas, the flooded areas. Where are we going? We need to go this way. I feel like I should know this area really well, because I spent a lot of time here in my previous playthrough, since that was when this update came out. But I don't really. Okay, we're on the wrong side of the trash. What do we got in there? We got anything good in there?
Look.
Anything worth navigating the trash? There's a mint. Hoping maybe we'd have a milk molar in there. Okay, I remember this area. This might lead to where we want to go if we swim around. There's definitely a bunch of stuff in this area I didn't find in my previous playthrough. Because of the limitations on your gas mask, I didn't really explore it thoroughly. I mean, I know generally where the anthill is, but I don't remember how to get to it easily. I think it's pretty much a requirement that you have to go past the poison gas. We might have just taken a wrong turn. Because now we've looped back to where we started. It would help if there was more ants. I don't know why there's so few out here right now. Usually you can kind of follow them back to the nest. They'll leave like a trail. There was an area around here where they would get stuck in a big group. There we go back here. We broke that. I think we need to take a left and then a right. There's definitely a faster way to get to this that I'm not remembering. Okay, yeah, we went this way. I think that cooler wasn't there before. Maybe that's what's confusing me. Okay. I kind of remember this big wall of dirt, which I think we can climb. Gotta jump in the right spots. Yeah, there's an old computer right here. The Arts 3000. I don't know enough about like late 80s computers to know what that is supposed to be a parody of specifically. And also, it's not exactly easy to get a good look at it. Alright, I think we can get anywhere from up here. Oh. Well, we can get stuck. I think maybe we can fit back here. But no, we're a little too low down into the wedge. Well, let's try going this way.
Science!
I got the science.
I hope they didn't move the entrance to the anthill, because that would confuse the hell out of me.
Someone really should clean this yard up a little bit. And then maybe I could get their attention.
Well, here's another ant. So there is the main trash pile, dumped over trash bin. And that's the one that I haven't really fully explored because it is all gas.
Don't get run over by that roly-poly.
Oh, there we go, our first roly-poly.
Got one.
It's a sickly roly-poly, though, which I wasn't sure they would keep in the game because it was more or less a placeholder for the proper roly-poly. This is the first creature we've encountered that is neither an insect nor an arachnid, but is actually a crustacean. An isopod. We don't really want to kill him. I mean, he's pretty friendly. Isopods are one of the less hostile creatures of the world, no matter where you find them. They just like eating rotting stuff and moldy wood. And they have, like, the most fucking nicknames of any insect, or bug, I guess. We'll just use bug here because it's general purpose and doesn't have a scientific term attached to it. The roly-poly botherer. I believe there are only, like, 2 or 3 of these in the game, the sickly ones. And they're all along the trash area. I guess they don't like the trash very much either. I honestly did not think that the hardest part of our mission here would be actually finding the damn anthill. I was pretty certain I knew where it was. And yet, here we are. Well, there's a research station back here. I think there's also a bunch of spiders back here. But at least we can scan the ant parts. New lab reconnaissance. Burgle. It was against my better judgment to ask you to dispose of my official logs. I guess the wounds of being fired were too fresh to be thinking clearly. Scouting locations for a place to house our mixer research. I came across your dumping ground, and I must admit, I'm still a bit misty-eyed. Simpler times, old friend, simpler times. May this new lab be a shining beacon in the desert, a tranquil oasis in the hot sands. Alright, well, it's another resource surveyor.
Eminent Practical Technologies, Dr. Wendell Tully, Science Division, log 87.08.31c. Today's gluon trials were a complete failure. Apparatus destroyed, no useful test data. Perhaps Dr. Klein was right. Another year's research down the drain. I had felt so sure of it. For my sake, I need success. But nothing is working. Not the gluon, nor the scabby, not even the confounded napkin bags. But what if I revisited an older project? No. Oh, no, definitely not. Perhaps, no. Wait, that's it. The shrink machine. Initial explorations had been promising before Dalton put the kibosh on it. I could set it up in the basement. If I showed that it worked, surely they could not argue with results. It's worth a try. What do I have to lose?
So, scanning the ant parts got us the black ant shovel, which is the tier 2 shovel. And it also got us the black ant shield, which is a upgrade for our weevil shield. And it is quite a bit better, quite a bit more durable. So we're definitely going to be making that, and we already have enough material to make it. But if we want to make the other thing, the sword, we're going to need some soldier mandibles. Which means we're going to need to find this fucking nest. I might have to I don't know if this is going to work. I might have to cheat and scan for ant parts. That might tell us where the densest concentration is. It also might just tell us where all of the ones that are in the nest under our feet are, in which case that won't be very helpful. Alright, there's a bunch of them here. So that might be the entrance to the nest. It's in a little, like, clearing between all these trash bags. But yeah, it looks like it's behind this tipped-over can. Also, I was kind of wondering if the Dr. Klein and the glue-on together were a Half-Life reference, but I don't think so. I think that's a stretch to the glue-on gun and Dr. Kleiner. Get a nice picture with my visit to the trash pile. Oh, God. I don't know what button I hit, but it tabbed me out. Oh, it was Photo Archive, which I guess just opens the folder that it's in. We need a pose for this. There's not a good pose for, like, oh, this is gross. So I'll just do kind of worried Pete about his I was gonna say sanity. No. Cleanliness? What is that thing that people get really worried about? Sanitation? Not quite. People who are afraid of germs often do this, or are concerned about this. Whatever. It's not coming to mind right now, but you know what I mean, probably. I'll crank up the time of day. It's pretty dark right now otherwise. Perfect. Alright, now let's find this fucking anthill so that we can maybe wrap up. I'd like to kill a black ant and head back to base. Or kill a black soldier ant. But I don't know why I can't find this place. They're like all directly under me, which means the entrance to the nest should be around here. As far as I remember, it's like right here. But we can't seem to find a way to get over there. And it's a pretty big entrance, so it's not like they can have it just wedged in between all this other stuff. We can go under there, but I think we want to go this way. Again. Is it here? Is it here and I'm not seeing it? Is this it right here? It is. God damn it.
It seems kind of sad to see it without the action figure inside.
To see what? Oh. I was like, the anthill? What does it have to do with the anthill? But it is the package for Yoked Girth. From the Fun Pit. Alright, well, we found it. We also found another milk molar, which will get us that mutation upgrade. So that we can equip a third mutation. Alright. Let's find a soldier ant and see if we can kill it, and then I think we will be ready to stop. Having made sufficient progress. Now, it is very dark down here until we get into the main area, which is actually pretty well lit. In fact, I don't know where this hole is. It doesn't exist on the surface, but it's somewhere that you can't reach, I guess. I did a video on this anthill previously, actually 2 videos.
Ant golem crafted from solid obsidian. You went for the beast, Jerry.
But yeah, there's a whole progression down here because there is also a lab inside this anthill, as we saw when we were looking at through the labs at the main lab. Okay, we got the soldier. That went pretty well. Broke my damn sword, though. Almost. If we can find one more, I think we will be
No water filtration tablets needed.
pretty good to make ourselves a sword and shield. And then we can use that to fight the infected. I think this is another soldier. Get him away from the other ones so he doesn't gang up on us. Oh wow, he just came right for the swing. He's not doing a lot of damage, though. I really thought we'd be taking more damage, because I remember them being stronger when I first fought them. But I think that was before they added the, some of the upgrades. Well, I guess you couldn't upgrade armor back then. Okay, we're getting the attention of the little ones, and we don't want to do that, because then we'll get ganged up on. You notice that the black worker ants don't really have much less health than the soldier ants. They have almost the same. Now we're attracting too much heat. So we're gonna need to back off. I like how that soldier ant was like, oh, there's fighting going on over there. Let me stop it. Oh, never mind. It's too far away. He just gave up. I really don't want to fight you, ant, because you're wasting my durability, so I'm going to fucking finish you off with this. Alright, let me pop one of my healing drinks. Okay, he still got damage on him. This actually doesn't do bad damage to them. The dagger. It's not as upgraded as my mosquito needle. Wait, why did that break? I don't even have it equipped. Oh, wait. Did I have it equipped? Yeah, I wasn't using a dagger. Never mind. Alright. That should be enough. Let's get out of here before we get into more ant trouble. Also, unlike the red ant armor, the black ant armor does not give you a disguise. You will still get attacked. Because otherwise, I guess it would make this area too easy. And they wanted this to be a dungeon, so it doesn't quite work. Let's see if we can find an easier way back in here. Now that we know where it is. Well, this is a dead end. I don't see any way out over here. I guess maybe we do have to go around. Though yeah, we did walk right by this when we went up to the cooler. Alright, let's get back to that research station, and I think that'll be a good place to call it. And then I can head back to base on my own, and we can get ready for our next adventure, which, if we have enough parts to make the sword and shield, will be the Haze. Because once we're suitably equipped, I'm confident we can take it on. I might also need to upgrade the Red Ant Club, specifically because there should be one enemy in the Haze that is not weak against stabbing or slashing. But we could just use our hammer, come to think of it.
Pump the brakes, roly-poly!
Also, a really big chunk of the nicknames for the isopod have pig in them for some reason. Like cheesy pig. And I'm not really sure why. Alright, Black Ant Sword. So that is an improved slashing weapon that does not do poison, but does actual damage instead. Which I think is better than the Wolf Spider's sword, so I'm not sure why the Wolf Spider's sword is so bad. Or dagger. Blade? I guess? Let's see. Yeah, the Spider Fang Dagger. Look at the damage there, and then look at the damage on the Larva Blade, and look how minor it is. I think it just does a lot more poison damage, but it's still not worth it. I mean, I pretty much would want to use a Black Ant Sword to kill a Wolf Spider if we had to. So yeah, this uses mandibles, ant parts, and leather, and I do have a bunch of leather back at base, so we should be good to arm up with a new sword and shield, and continue with our plans. We might just take on the Haze lab from the front, because otherwise we're going to need to go diving again. But, either way, I hope you folks enjoyed our second ant venture. We're not going to be going into the actual ant hill for a bit, not until we deal with the Haze lab. Maybe not even until we deal with the pond lab, but I'm not sure. I think you can kind of do these three in any order. But, until the next one, you folks all take care.